What's up guys and welcome back to On the Brick with another minifig showcase. Today's character wasn't too difficult to figure out. It is of course Tiplee, the sister of Tiplar, and Viper for the second week in a row was the first to figure that out. Just like with Tiplar, this does come from BigKidBrix, but I actually got it from a guy called Blackwell on Instagram. You may notice the left part of her head, or right on the screen, is a little broken. That's how it came, but yours should come perfectly fine. I just want to mention that now, so it's out of the way. Tiplee was obviously the sister of Tiplar, and she was a red-skinned Mikian female Jedi. Just like her sister, she fought in the Battle of Ringo Vinda. As we discussed in last week's episode, it was in this campaign that the clone trooper Tup had a malfunction in his inhibitor chip and he killed Tiplar. Tiplee was right there and watched this happen, and it actually led her to increase the power of her aggressive tactics. Later in the war, Tiplee was part of a Jedi team investigating the aftermath of a battle between the forces of Darth Maul and the CIS on Ord Mantell. Alongside Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi, Tiplee led an assault on Vizsla Keep 09, a Mandalorian supply outpost where Maul was hiding. Unfortunately, during this mission, Tiplee came across and was subsequently killed by Count Dooku. As I said, this figure is sold by BigKidBrix, however I got it from Blackwell, and part of the reason for that is that on BigKidBrix, this sells for $38, which I'll tell you right now is way too much for this thing. And I'm saying that as someone who really likes this minifigure. However, I got this and Tiplar for $50 from Blackwell, which with some quick math, you can see is almost $30 cheaper than buying both of them combined from BigKidBrix. But with that said, this is in my opinion one of the better minifigures that he offers. Just like Tiplar last week, the printing on this is pretty good compared to most of his other figures. It doesn't feel flat or anything this time around, and I actually really like it. The different colors on this work very well, and the line work really does help show the different layers of the Jedi robes and everything here. One thing that should also be said is that his alignment tends to be near perfect every single time. But this figure also shows off the very problem that I have with BigKidBrix figures. Look at the top half and compare it to the legs. The legs are empty and flat while the top half looks good. It almost feels like he made the Jedi robes and then just gave up. This figure is not 360 degree printed, just like most of his, so there's absolutely nothing worth seeing on the side. And the back is more Jedi robes, but this side looks pretty good compared to the front too. It looks more complete. And I also just want to point out, I really love how he makes it look like the belt is actually pressing into the robes. That's pretty clever. I know he's not the only one that does that, but again, when most of his figures are pretty flat, it's nice to see. The head on this minifigure is really my favorite part though. It is unfortunate that it's a little broken, but in all honesty, I personally don't mind too much. As far as I've been able to tell, this is a completely custom mold, and it looks so good. I love that he was able to match the color of the head to the color of the headpiece. And he even took the time to make sure that the tips were properly painted blue this time, even if it doesn't look like that on camera. I know it looks black, I promise you it's actually blue. But either way, it looks really great and it brings this figure together, making her easily identifiable. Having her side by side with Tiplar feels really great, and they're both awesome figures to have in my Jedi collection. This is currently sold out on BKB's website, but I'll link to it down below anyway. And of course, I would love to know your thoughts and opinions on this minifigure. Next week, if the Force was to be unleashed, that would be a little shocking, right? I hope that's not too subtle. Or too dumb. Anyway, if you haven't already, please do consider liking and subscribing as it helps out the channel a lot. Or of course, consider checking me out on Instagram, Discord, and on Patreon, where for as little as $1 a month, you can really help support this channel and maybe even get shoutouts like Jonathan and Project Elements. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next time.